coach Dave Van Horn, Eric Cole, and Jared Gates. We'll let Coach give an opening statement, and then we'll take questions for the student athletes first. Coach?
Yeah, just what a great game. A lot of times when you get to this point in the tournament, it gets a little crazy with, you know, the pitching and recycling guys, and offense can take over a little bit, or maybe it gets one-sided, especially if one team's played another game or more games than the other. And you know, I thought tonight was just a great pitching duel. Still and Young just did a tremendous job holding us down. Young came in and really got him through that inning. I think it was a 6 where we needed to score at least one run to cut that lead in half. I think it was 3-1. And then, you know, obviously Knutson came in and pitched as well as he's probably pitched against us, you know, in this tournament. So, you know, it was a great tournament. You look back and I think about the scores in this tournament. You know, we played 5 games. We won 3-0. Game 1 for us. Both teams had good pitchers going, and it was tight for a while. And then the next 4 games we play, they're all one-run games. And I just think that shows the strength of the teams that were here. You know, is there an elite team here? You know, time will tell. We'll see how Missouri State does, but I think everybody was really good. And as far as just solid 1 through 4, there probably wasn't a better regional in the country, because some teams obviously get overranked or overseeded, you know. But I just think it was a great regional, and I think with all the problems that we had with the weather and battling, I think that the fans were incredible. Our support staff, our administration, I think they did the best job they could, and I think they did a great job. And you know, the crowd last night, I didn't really mention it, was unbelievable. At 1, 2, 3 in the morning, you know, I felt like there was 10,000 people in the stands. I mean, they were right on cue with everything that was going on, and made you proud to be associated with Arkansas and be their coach.
Questions for the student athletes? Down in front. Bob?
You guys both had real good hitting games, but overall Missouri State shut you all down pretty good. What do you think made them tough, I guess, especially Knutson, or however you say his name?
I mean, they're a good staff, good team overall, but I mean, they after a 3rd time playing a team in a weekend, I mean, they know how to attack certain hitters, and they attacked us pretty much as good as they possibly can. And we weren't able to get the big hit a couple times, and they were. And that was the difference.
Yeah, just what Eric said. They attacked us well. They knew how to approach us, and they didn't miss many pitches. So, yeah, we couldn't get the big hit when we needed it, and they kept us off the bases pretty well. So,
Back down in front to Bob. All right, we'll go Nate first.
I guess for both players, just how big was that the play in center field? I guess it was Cook hit that shot that y'all would have had a base runner on when possibly could have scored some runs.
I mean, it's hard to appreciate how big of a play that was when it was so early in the game, because there's so much game left. But I mean, you look back at it and that falls. I mean, the entire inning changes, the entire game changes. I mean, no one knows what would have happened, but it would have been nice if it could fall. But it was a great play by him, and props to him.
Yeah, that's a really tough way to end the season. But you guys had a great season overall. Really bounced back from a tough season last year. Just what do you guys feel about this season overall, and maybe what you can take away from this, and you know, looking ahead to next year?
It's a great group of guys. I mean, we were supposed to be at the field at 3 o'clock today, and everybody was in the locker room at 2:15. I mean, everybody wants to be around each other, and it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I think we were picked to finish last in the SEC West, so we had a lot to prove from day one, and I think we did a good job of proving people wrong. So next year will be fun too.
Any more questions for the student athletes? Okay, thanks guys. Questions for Coach? We'll go down in front to the left, Coach. Tom?
Hey Dave, how would you explain 9 hits in the game, and it seemed like the pitching might have been low, but Murphy threw a great one, and so did their guy still.
I think both teams are a little bit tired. You know, you can mentally, man, you can be into it, but just, you know, playing to 3:15 a.m. Messes you up. You know, I mean, I went to bed when I went to sleep. The sun was coming up. You know, it's not normal, and I don't play, and I feel a little different today. You know, I think our minds and our heart were in it, but the bodies just weren't quite there, and you know, I think, but at the same time, both the pitchers did a great job. I mean, still, he's been a really good conference pitcher for them all year. And Murphy, on their other hand, for us, he's been a Tuesday night guy. He's been a reliever. We started him on a Sunday because we never could find that number 3, that third starter when Campbell went down at the beginning of the season. We scrambled and we just told him, hey, we're going to find a way to get it done, and we did. You know, we managed with guys trying to, you know, take that spot that maybe weren't ready for it, and but it was just a good job by the pitching. I mean, and then you look at Young. I mean, that guy, right-handers, there's no batting average against him right-handed. The right-handers don't hit him. You know, I mean, if you look at it, and they're hitting like 0.52 against him, 2 for 57. It's some unbelievable number, and he came in and did the job, and you know, then Jordan did a great job, and just a great ball game.
Back down in front, Bob.
Yeah, Dave, what went into the decision to start, you know, Casey back-to-back days? And did you ever imagine he'd go 5 innings and he threw 155 pitches? I mean, I guess Casey, what went into all that?
Yeah, just, you know, Casey, we took yesterday, and he basically is the one who kind of brought it up. Hey, you know, yesterday was just like me relieving. I threw to 8 hitters, 9 hitters, whatever. Well, I think he threw 2 1/3. You know, did we think he was going to be able to go 5 today? We're hoping he'd go 4, but he got through it, and then we had a couple lefties coming up in the top of the 5th, so he went back out, or he went out in the 6th and didn't get him. He walked, and we're going to let him get that 1 hitter. Just, you know, sometimes you have to do what you have to do at this time of year, you know, and sometimes it doesn't look good, and I feel bad about that. I think if we had 18 full scholarships instead of 11-7, it would probably change this, and I can talk about it a lot, but we are limited on what we can give and what we have, and everybody has a shortage of pitchers. And if you go across the country and you see who started guys that started Friday, you know, I mean, Missouri State did it, Texas Tech did it. I could go on and on. It's because we don't have enough pitchers.
Straight back, Coach.
Coach, your players hit upon Hunter Steinmetz, the center fielder for the Bears, running into the wall, making that catch. If that ball was to drop, just talk about that inning, how big of a play that was.
I think it was the 3rd inning, and there was 1 out, if I remember correctly. I mean, when that ball was hit, I didn't know if it would get out because the ball had some topspin on it. Grant hits a lot of balls with topspin. When they leave the bat, they look like they're going to go, but he really closed on that ball, and he was fearless on that play. I mean, he never glanced at that wall, and he knew it was right there. And about the time the ball hit his glove, he hit the wall. It was an incredible play. I mean, gutsy play, and I think that play just kind of shows you how hard these teams play and how much they want to win. And you know, that's a double. Probably not going to get more than a double out of it with Grant on there, but it was, you know, we'd had a runner on second and 1 out. Who knows what would have happened?
All the way to the left, Coach.
Coach, over to your left. Your 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 hitters have been great all year, but tonight they were 0 for 19. What specifically? What was a big issue for them tonight?
You know, I mean, that was the difference in the ball game. You know, when you really take a step back, 1-run game, and then there were a couple of situations where we had 3 and 4 and 5 up with runners at second and third. Bonfield had runners at second and third with 1 pitch to go. You know, as a full count. I think a wild pitch might have been on a 2-2. I'm not sure, but I would just say that it was some really good pitching. You know, good pitching gets out good hitting, and you know, Spanberger hit 2 balls, decent, but hit him right where the second baseman normally plays, although they were playing him in shallow right field, but he hit it right at that spot, didn't drive any balls. And, you know, just give credit to pitchers getting them tonight. I really don't know.
To the left again, Coach. Clay.
It looked like two coaches had a nice conversation after it was over. What was that?
I congratulate them on a great win, and wish them the best down. I don't know. I guess probably they're going to be in Fort Worth. I don't know what happened there, and that was really the gist of it, to be honest with you.
Go back in front to Bob.
Dave, I know a tough loss, but you guys won 19 more games, one win short of a super regional. More typical year for you after last season. Just how would you assess the season? Overall, disappointing ending, but a pretty great season.
Yeah, just proud of the players, and that's what I told them in the outfield. I told them, just walk out of here with your head held high, because weren't projected to do a whole lot this year. After having a bad year, and we had guys that took it personal and went home last summer or went out and played and got better. Like I've said many times, fall ball was upbeat, and the guys worked extremely hard, and they went on a mission to make sure that didn't happen again. And I think, my coaches did an incredible job with, Coach Vitella with the hitters, and, Josh helping Tony with the hitters, and then obviously Wes coming in and rounding this pitching staff into shape. I mean, I couldn't ask for more from those guys, and so it was. I'm proud of the guys. I told them that. I'm proud of you. Here we are. We got beat. We just played 4 one-run games in a row. We won 3 of them. That's pretty good. I'll take 3 out of 4 anytime in one-run ball games at this level, and. Hopefully we'll build off of this, and we'll bounce back next year, figure out. So we're going to lose a couple of pretty good pitchers to the draft, and hopefully we'll get a few guys to not sign and come in here, and we'll be back next year.
Got time for a couple more.
I guess you were at least the 5th number 1 seed to lose. Does that just speak to how balanced everything is and how tough it is to win?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we lost to a team that won all but one conference game. I mean, so, I was happy to be a number 1 seed, but I think there were a couple of number 1 seeds here. I think Oral Roberts could have been a number 1 seed. They're as good as anybody here, in my opinion. But, it was a great regional. I was just really competitive, and one play here, one pitch there, make a difference on who moves on. And, hats off to Missouri State. They made all the plays. They made some great plays tonight.
All the way to the left again, Coach.
Coach, Blaine Knight having to go out on short rest.
He didn't have to.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I was just wondering, would you say it's just the structure? Would you say more scholarships could?
No, I already talked about that. Blaine Knight really wanted to go after those 2 guys, and we told him if we get to that point in the 8th inning, we're in the game, we'll let you go out there and see if you can get Berger and Ironman out. And then, with the pinch hitter, replacement with the injury, we thought once he got Berger out, we thought no reason to pitch to Ironman, because he's about as hot as any hitter in the country right now. And, we just felt like we ought to walk somebody. So I guess he ended up throwing about 9 pitches, and that was going to be his last hitter. But, yeah, he really wanted to go out and pitch, I think, one more time. He's a draft-eligible sophomore. He'll be, probably be moving on here shortly.
Last question to the left, Clay.
You guys won 45. When did you think y'all might be good?
I felt like that we were good offensively in the fall. I was really concerned about our pitching. I felt like our defense was going to be better than it was last year, and it has been. But, as far as when the season started, preseason is what it is. A lot of times you get, you never know what's going to happen. You hit our league, because our league can slap you down pretty quick, even though you're rolling. But probably about midway through conference, I thought we're pretty good, but I knew we were an arm short, and probably an arm short as far as a starter and 1 in the pen for being a really good team. But, I think the 1st of May, to be honest with you, when we got out of school, and, man, we started just playing. And, we put it on a couple of pretty good teams here and there, and we won that series with Vandy 2 out of 3, and they're getting ready to go to a super regional. And then we won that last series at A&M. They're going to a super regional. We go to the tournament and lose the first game, and then win 3 straight. And, I don't know what Auburn's doing, but, beat them 12-0, beat Florida 16-0. You're thinking, hey, maybe we're pretty good. But, I don't know. I really like the makeup of the team, and I told them that. And it's hard talking to them out there because they all teary-eyed, and it was tough.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks, everybody.